I was telling LL about our drives to school in the morning when your mom would take us to school.
Okay.
Um,
We also
yeah,
know he's
I'll
very
stop
white.
there.
He's very white. Let's just okay. Gotcha.
Practice what
What
you
you preach?
preach every
Okay.
day. Serenade the whole car.
That's first off, that's the way he sounds. The way he sounds now, because he used to sing that every morning on the way to school, and we would not get out the car until that song came on. Like nobody would go in. Nobody at all. Mm-mm,
Oh, that's hilarious.
Yeah,
mm-mm.
shouts out to moms for giving me the space to perform at such an early
Okay, and to
at such an
be
early
you,
age.
and to be you,
Man,
and
that
keeping you the front seat. 'Cause he'll tall
Bar-
self.
oh yeah, no. Barry White walks so that we can run. There you go. Rest in peace, Barry White. All right, so I just wanted to confirm that I told LL that, and I just wanted you to confirm that I wasn't making that up. That
No,
I
he's
was
Barry White
performing.
Jr. He is Barry White Jr.
There's actually a Barry White Jr. though, so I don't want to take
Like,
his.
you Barry White. You want to be Barry White squared? You can.
All right, all right, we about.
Hey,
Hilarious. You already you see what this is about to be, LL.
I love it.
Yeah. This is wits for wits right here. Um, Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you may be. If you can hear the sound of my voice, I want to say welcome and thank you for joining another episode of Appreciate the Journey, the podcast, or ATJ for short. I'm one of your co-hosts. My name is Joe Drew, but I don't come alone. As you all know, I'm here with my partner in time, my brother from another, my main man, LL. LL, say what's up to the people, man.
What's happening, everyone?
I feel like you kind of chilling right now. You sitting back. Usually you're a little more attentive. You sitting back, chilling. Like, well, what's going on, man? Why you so chill?
I feel good. We have a really great guest on the show today. She's already gotten me laughing, so I'm excited for this.
Absolutely, and that's 100% true. I can't wait to introduce so that you all can receive some of this laughter that's about to come your way from our wonderful guest. But before we get into our guest, LL, let's make sure that we set the stage. This may be someone's first time tapping into ATJ and plugging into what we're building. Make sure the people understand how can they connect, where can they find us, and then give them a little flavor as to the full wraparound of what ATJ is here. We're more than a podcast, so make sure the people understand.
Yes, sir. So as always, everyone, just do us a favor, follow us, subscribe to us on YouTube, follow us on all of these socials, so LinkedIn, Instagram, Facebook, add us on Apple Podcasts at ATJ the podcast. And of course, you can always reach out directly to us on our website, atjcareercoaching.com. If you have any coaching needs, we would love to help. So whatever it could be, maybe you're struggling with interviews, or maybe you're having some difficulties with your current employer, we'd love to be that unbiased professional guidance and coach for everyone. So reach out to us. We'd love to help.
Absolutely, man. No, it's exciting because that last part that you just shared around career coaching and supporting people on their journey is an awesome segue into our guest, because our guest has actually found their profession in doing exactly that, in supporting people's career, developing the youth, the future leaders of the world. And so I think there's a great synergy there, and I look forward to this particular conversation. So last interview we had, we brought on someone who's known you since allegedly middle school. They confirmed high school. The jury's still out. We still need to see the picture. If you all saw the episode, if you haven't, go take a look. It was a really cool one. Today, we're going to switch it and we're going to talk to someone who actually grew up with me. And so I really, really am excited to be able to introduce our ATJ family to someone who I've known since the 6th grade, man. So you think about how long that is now, being a 40 It's crazy even to say that, 40-year-old man. So this particular guest is currently a career development facilitator. So supports young professional program at Michigan Works. I want to introduce everyone to my friend of a lot of years, Marsha Fulton.
Hi
Marsha,
guys.
Hey, Marsha.
welcome,
What's
welcome,
going
welcome.
on?
So Marsha, thank you for
Yeah.
spending some time with us today. We're really excited to dive into the conversation. If you have any stories that you want to tell about the younger version of me, keep them to yourself. Don't
Okay.
listen to Leland.
Mm,
Just listen to your boy. But no, in all jokes aside, let's give you the proper introduction, because I
okay.
introduced you by your government, and then you popped
I
in
appreciate
with a different version of your name
I
in
did.
the intro. So this is a perfect time to introduce my fullest name. My fullest name is an activity we do with all of our guests. It gives you opportunity to introduce yourself using one of these prompts. So the origin of your name, any fun stories or anecdotes around your name, how'd you get your name in the first place, any nicknames you may have. If so, what are they? How'd you get it? Take it anywhere you decide, but the floor is yours, my friend.
Okay. So as you have portrayed the government name, Marsha Fulton, proud to be a Fulton. Um, but as you see on my screen, it's Marsha Lachey. So first in the middle. Definitely named after my father, the great Marshall Henry Jr., the man, the myth, the legend. Um, he's that guy. Because I look just like him. So Lachey rhymes with Renee, which is my mom's middle name and my daughter's middle name. So and I act just like her. So look like, act like one. So
Yeah.
that's pretty much it. And then the Fulton comes in from my handsome husband, who is a Detroit fire marshal, and it's all good.
No, shouts out
Love
to
it.
Fire Marshal Fulton.
Fire marshal.
That's awesome. That's awesome. And El, I know you're probably gonna jump in here. You gonna have to fight for time here, because you got a
No,
lot of
he's not.
years.
No,
So
he's not. You don't have to fight for no time, LL. Let's get it. Let's get it.
and I can confirm you do look like Dad Henry,
I do.
and you absolutely act like Mom Henry. So best of both worlds, right there. So yeah, LL, let's jump into the conversation, man. I'm gonna bounce past to you for the first question.
Yeah. So, Marsha, again, so glad to have you here. Joe gave us just a quick intro of your current role, but if you could just give us a quick rundown, let's call it Cliff Notes version of your LinkedIn resume, and we'll just kind of go from there.
So I'm pretty sure it starts with Henry's Inc. So that was a family-owned business. Um, I was there from gosh, ooh, legally, let's say legally 20 since it's family business, let's say legally 2014
Mhm.
to oh, well, no, not even 2014. Let's say like 2004 to maybe 2014, 15. No, 2018. I'm sorry, 2018. And that was adult foster care facilities. We've owned five of them in the Metro Detroit area. Um, we were nationally accredited, thanks to me. Um, ARC accredited. Let's see, what else did I do? I did the payroll. I was a human resource officer for CompuWare, not CompuWare, Comprehensive, excuse me. But I didn't really like them, so we'll talk about that later. Um, and right now, I am a career development facilitator with Michigan Works, which is the best job ever. I work with 16 to 24-year-olds, and basically, college isn't for everybody. So come see me, and we'll see what I can do for you.
So, give us a little bit more about that, because for people
Okay.
that don't live in Michigan, they maybe they're not in the
Oh, yeah.
HR industry, they have no idea what Michigan Works is. So tell
Okay.
us more about the organization and specifically what you do.
So, my organization is actually within Michigan Works. I did start out in Michigan Works as an employment facilitator. So, basically, I helped you with your unemployment when you would come to Michigan Works. Anytime anyone in the state of Michigan becomes unemployed, you have to register with the state. So you have to go to your local Michigan Works or a chapter of Michigan Works. We will register you with unemployment. And basically, after you register with us, we have you job search and we help you job search for different things. And we will get you paid from unemployment. Then I switched over to a company which is ETD, which is inside of because I wanted to do more. And that's a company inside of Michigan Works. And we are the Young Professionals Group. We work with 16 to 24-year-olds. If you have disabilities, if you have parenting issues, transportation issues, we help you guys out with getting different credentialing, CDLAs, LPNs, medical assistant. We try to get you, employment is our number one goal. So we try to get you some type of certification where you're going to be extremely marketable, employable, the whole 9 yards. And if you are lacking some things, maybe a high school diploma, GED, we do offer those services, tutoring, everything for free. So we can help you get through that. And we've got lots and lots of success stories. So there's one in each county, or there's a couple in each county. So definitely go visit a Michigan Works. We do have an adult side also. So if you're past the age of 24, still come in to see us because we can definitely help you.
Wow. No, that sounded like a commercial, so well done. I think if anybody needs that support and service, we are at ATJ. We support those organizations that are put here to support those in need or those who just need a little extra, whether it's motivation or some of the resources you talked about. I'm curious, just knowing how your career started, in the family business. And, I look at family businesses similar to startups, which LL and I both have experience in, is you're everything. Your title doesn't say what you actually do, because there's just always going to be something that needs your attention, from the most complex to the most, simple task. So how did that experience prepare you for what you began to do later in your career, being that you had to be such a jack of all trades, I'm sure?
Right. So basically a jack of all trades, master of none. So basically you do have to, isn't it? I started from the bottom and now I'm here. So
shouts out to Drake.
one time. The family business, literally, my grandmother has had an adult foster care in Arkansas. So my mom worked for the state for 19 years. And my dad worked for Ford for 30 years. They were tired of it. My dad ended up retiring, but my mom, she left the state. And this is what they wanted to do. My parents are super helpful, caring people. They want to help the world, literally. So we started that, and we specifically ventured into mental impairments and developmentally disabled. So literally starting from the ground floor, I worked midnight shifts. I did patient care, then moved my way up to a manager, then moved my way up to the office, then, human resources, then payroll coordinator. So I have worn literally all of the hats.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I can see how that obviously creates a lot of skills that you can now apply into a variety of different places. Here, LL, before I bounce pass back to you, man, I'm curious, Marsha, how you get a promotion when it's your mom and dad that was who, like, you talking about getting promotions? Did you have to, go into the bedroom and like, hey, y'all, how that work?
It's not that easy. I wish it was, but it's not. So I literally got treated like every other employee. Between the hours of 8 a.m. to 4 p.m., they are not your parents. They are Mr. Henry, Mrs. Henry. And you have to keep it strictly professional.
Yeah.
You have to keep it strictly professional. There were times I have gotten written up and my face is cracked up like, what? Like, do you know who I am though? Like, didn't work. It's like, hi, sign your write-up and let's talk about it and we're going to put it up. But that built beyond strong character for me.
Mhm.
Beyond strong character. Like my family has to be like the people that are closer to me has to be the biggest influence for me, because they molded me into the great, wonderful person that you see now. I'm full of confidence, so you don't have to worry about that. Um, I can
You
do
should
I
be.
can do any task. If I sit down and actually, they taught me these things. You sit down and you learn it. You value your relationships. You learn from what other people have to show you before you go out there and jump in and think you know something. You don't know everything.
Yeah.
So I've been taught to value things. Promotions do not come easy. They come with time, uh, time, learning things, skills, tests, everything,
Yeah, for sure.
everything.
Not,
So it
not
wasn't
breakfast
an
in
easy
bed.
road. Yeah, it wasn't an easy road, but like I said, I'm here now, so let's go.
Now you're here. Yeah,
Yeah,
shouts out to Drake again. If you want to come on ATJ, open invite, buddy. Come on in.
I
LL,
mean,
it's on you, bro.
yeah, the mental housing I heard is not that great, so you know.
All right, Marsha. So, thinking about your career, then talk us through some of the most pivotal moments, and the the moments that really led you to where you are today.
So with our family business, my parents ended up selling the business, which I'm not upset about at all, because being an only child, well, Joe aside, Joe is kind of
Thank
like
you.
the brother that, went off to school and all that good stuff. But being a real only child, um it's a lot of responsibility to take over. So when we made that decision, I can say it literally was a family decision to sell the business. And of course, I did get my stake out of it. I can't complain. They did do their thing, which then it was like, okay, so I need to be on to different opportunities. But since I was in the community that I was in, it just led me to another, let's say, adult foster care facility or business. And it's actually somebody that was rooted, like that my parents actually mentored. And they ended up starting their own business. And when they found out that they sold it, they were like, oh my gosh, please come over here, Marsha, and help us do everything that you did over there. And I can't help you do everything. I won't help you do everything. But after after I left the second company, I was like, I really want to do something different. And I love young people. That's my thing. Like, put me where the kids are, or put me where the young people are, because that's gonna make me be a better employee. That's gonna do something for your company. Trust me. And that's kind of how I ended up working my way over to Michigan Works, and actually kind of got hired on the spot. So
Of
That's
course.
awesome.
Of course you did.
of course I
And
did.
so there's a lot of pivotal moments there, from
Mhm,
the decision to sell the business and all that came with that, the decision to go help someone else, and then choosing you,
mhm.
and deciding to go towards your passion versus a job that you were basically raised into, right?
Right,
And so
right.
I love how kind of that story arc goes. What I want now is for you to share maybe we call big rock small pebbles. So those are lessons. You're on this journey, you're picking up all these lessons. What are a couple of those? And you already shared a few, but what are a couple of those lessons that you picked up that you still keep to this day that you'll eventually pass on to your daughter or pass on to some of the young people that you work with?
So especially now when I talk to my young people, I tell them like for me, it's three lessons that I always take with me. Anywhere you go or any job that you pursue, it's three lessons that I take with me. I have 10, but three main ones is number one, it's okay to say no. You have to learn boundaries. You can't let people push you around. And like when you're starting out on your career, and you're doing new stuff, it can be easy to like take on too much work and I'll do it, I can do this, I can do that. No, you can't do everything. If you could do everything, you would be the president and CEO already.
Right.
So don't jump in and say I can do it, I can do it. It's okay to say no to certain things. It's okay to grow into certain things. I also tell them don't necessarily worry about the money right at the beginning. You, with the young people, I like to tell them, like, we're working on work skills, work ethic. We have skills that we have to build up before you're specifically worried about money. I know money is an extremely crucial and important part, but it's not everything.
Right.
And like the last thing I really try to tell them is like maintain like a healthy work-life balance, because when you're at work, be at work. But when you're at home or when you're out of work, leave work at work. Don't bring it with you. Because you need to balance both of them, and you need a healthy balance, because it will drive you insane. There are going to be some nights when you have projects to do, or you need to, do extra work at home, but don't let that be too often. When you're done with the clock, be done with the clock. When you're with your family and friends, it's two separate things. Make them separate and enjoy both of them.
Yeah, and I think that third and last lesson is so important. We've talked about it so many times throughout a couple different episodes, and it's something that we feel is just crucial in everyone's lives. So, Marsha, what else do you do then to really maintain that balance and maintain your mental and physical well-being?
So my coworkers laugh at me. 4:30, you can't call Miss Fulton, because I'm specifically going to leave my work phone at work. I'm not going to bring it home. I'm not going to. You're not going to be able to reach me. I feel my family time or my time out of the office is very sacred. And I feel that my time with my coworkers is very sacred from my family. So I keep them completely separate. Unless it's an emergency, there's no need for the outside to be calling me into work, and there's no need for work to be calling me when I'm on the outside. So I'm a very intentional person of keeping the two very separate. And I'm very aware of like maybe oversharing at work. I will tell the young people, listen, work is great, but don't overshare. People really make a mistake with that. And that's how your lines can get blurred between, your home life and your work life. And then they can all get meshed into one. And then where are you? You're stuck. You don't want to go to work. You don't want to go home. If there's issues, it's just it's a blur, and you don't want that.
Yeah. Marsha, obviously I have the luxury of knowing you pretty decently, and
he said decently, LL. Okay.
Yeah, pretty decently. Because, and here's why. I want to be very transparent. Like for the amount of time that we spent together throughout our childhood, our teenage years, even spending time in college together. As we've grown up, we haven't had the frequency of connection, and that's something that I don't like. And we've talked about, like, we need to change that. We need to get our families together and all of that kind of stuff. So that's why I said decently, because there's a whole part of your life that I haven't been directly a part of the way I was the first part of your life. So that's why I threw out decently. But the things I do know about you is, I feel like I've talked to you yesterday as soon as you popped on, because we're the same people. We're just a little more seasoned of the people. But my point was that I know you pretty decently, and I know that you also have some entrepreneurial. Obviously you're raised in entrepreneurship, so you have some entrepreneurial endeavors. How does that impact your ability to maintain some healthy well-being, mental well-being, separations and all of that, but that creative juice is still flowing even when you walk outside of the place that's 9 to 5, 8 to 4, whatever your schedule is?
So I have a small cosmetics company, Slave Beauty, and that is a passion. That's a passion. So it doesn't feel like work, or it doesn't feel like a job when it's something that you love. Of course, some people call me a fashionista or a makeup chick or whatever the case may be, but that's just something that's in my heart, and it's something that I love. So I do the makeup and I make my own products and everything. And I have my daughter involved with me. So it's just all of my skills are rubbing off on her. I want something for her. I saw how the entrepreneurial spirit made my parents with me. So that's how I want to be with my daughter. So and it feels like I want something to hand down to her. Hey, this is something that you can do on the side or whatever you choose to do. Whenever you choose to do it, it's yours.
Yeah.
You come and go
Shouts
as you
out to Slay. Shouts out to Slay. Slay Beauty.
Yeah.
Check it out. Check it out to our ATJ fam. So the next question that I have for you and is this around, we have this idea, this concept that we jump into a, whatever the latest, greatest time machine is these days.
Okay.
And we go back and we meet our younger selves. And, I'm curious, what advice would you give your younger self? I think this is an interesting one for you because you give people who are in your reflection anyway advice every day, but specific knowing the journey you've been on, what advice would you give your younger self? You probably say, all right, young Joe Drew, move out the way. I got to talk to young Marsha because I was probably right there, next to you during
He
this
literally
time.
was. He literally was. He wasn't carrying me to my dorm because I messed up and jacked up my ankle or something.
That real story. That's a real story.
That's a real story. That's a real story.
Yeah,
He literally had to carry me around campus. And I appreciate that. I appreciate those things. That's how you know you got a real friend. But to tell the younger Marsha, I would say slow down. All of our, and I tell the young professionals that too. We're in such a rush to do things now, or I need to get this done. I need to get that done. I need to get this done. You're gonna miss so many lessons. You're gonna miss so many different opportunities. Slow down. You're gonna get there. You will. By hook, crook, whatever the situation, if that's what you really want to do, you're going to get there. But it can't be, and it's not going to be overnight.
That's great.
You have to go through, I don't want to sound preachy. You have to go through trials and tribulations. You have to go through things. You have to go through life. But love life. Enjoy it. Learn from it. Don't be in a rush. And I tell my daughter that, listen, don't be in a rush to grow up. Because these are the best times of your life. This is what you're going to sit back and want to remember when you're retired. Oh my God, I wish I could be 17, 18 again. Like literally, I would tell myself to slow down.
Yeah.
Really good one.
What I heard is from now on, you should start telling the young professionals, appreciate the journey. It just came to me. It just came to me out of nowhere. I don't know where it came from, but I think that's a good phrase that you should start using.
Yeah. Just like, so slowing down is it. I actually have a story about slowing down. So last Friday, I went out with one of my best girlfriends, and she is, I guess, kind of going through, okay, so you guys are men, you go through midlife crisis, right?
Yeah,
I'm going through it right now, so yeah.
Okay. Well, I'm not saying she's going through a midlife crisis, but she's definitely had some big changes in her life, and we're super proud of her. And I'm 40. I haven't been to a club in 11 years. Okay. A very, very, very long time. And she wanted to celebrate some things. So we went out. And I literally had to tell myself, hey, you're going to slow down. Because the club is not what it was back in 1998 or anything like that. When we used to go and think things are completely different. Yeah. You are 40. My body says sit down. You can't make it through juvenile 400 degrees anymore, hun. You can't. you can't do it. And I was like, oh, okay. Okay. At one time I thought I could. Like I definitely realized I don't have Meg the Stallion knees. I don't have that. Nope.
Yeah.
I don't have
to Meg.
Yeah, shout out to Meg. I don't have city girl hips. I can't do that, boo.
Oh
I'm gonna sip
man,
on this drink and sit in the corner where there's a fan.
right. Slow
And I'm gonna be
down.
happy about it. I'm still cute. I'm gonna be happy about it, but I slow down. You can't do. You
That
can't do everything.
that is
Oh
hilarious.
man.
It's and look, you
And
already know that it's customary. Anytime we name drop celebrities, I have to extend an invite. So,
Yeah.
Juvenile, slow motion, come on over.
Yes.
We open invitation.
Hmm.
Beg the Stallion,
Please,
come
get it,
talk to
girl.
us. You had a wild journey. Come talk to us. City Girls, we could take both of you one at a time. Doesn't matter. We
Yeah,
open
because I don't
invitation
want
to
them to break
all the
up. I really
celebrities.
like them. I don't want them to break up. I really do like them.
That is hilarious. That is so funny. Go ahead. It's funny because your next question, LL,
yeah,
you already hit it.
it's so related. So, Marsha, we're having a happy hour conversation, obviously. So,
Right.
I would love to hear
You okay?
bonus points if it's about Joe, but any
Okay.
good, funny happy hour type story that's family appropriate, but
Oh,
something that you can
okay.
share.
Happy hour, funny stuff.
From your journey. From your
Yeah,
journey.
from your
Oh,
journey.
Not freshman
Um,
year of college.
um, let's not hate on that, Joe. Let's not
Yeah.
hate.
Okay.
Um, shout out to all the Cardinals. But let's see. Appropriate, family appropriate happy hour stuff. I'm gonna say family appropriate happy hour stuff is more to do with my husband. Um, he has become a fire marshal within the last 3 years. He's been at the fire department for 20 some years being a firefighter. So they always have something or some type of event to go to. And let's say they're very riled up individuals. They're very, I mean, they're a great group of guys. They save lives. Um, but when they go out, they go out. And I wasn't accustomed to that either. So becoming a wife of a firefighter and a fire marshal, I've seen some things that maybe I wasn't supposed to see.
Wow.
And I, I think a couple of weekends ago, we went to a retirement party and the jokes were flying. And I'm like, do you guys know that like I'm here at the table? I mean, I might be the only white here at the table, but I mean, and I'm cool. Trust me, I'm cool. I can hang with the best of the fellas, but I don't want to hear. I don't want to hear that.
Oh
And then
wow.
that has you questioning, looking over like, so you was there when they came to the firehouse? You was there. You was there. You was doing that. No, hun, no, hun. I wasn't there. That wasn't me. It wasn't my shift. You okay? Relax.
Yeah, sure.
Relax.
Right. I agree with him though. I'm sure he wasn't
Relax.
there. The code that I follow is I think 100%
Didn't
sure
see
that
nothing, didn't hear
he wasn't there.
nothing.
He
That's what
wasn't
Wasn't
they
there.
even
told me.
there.
Y'all said I didn't hear nothing. But I don't even know what they're talking about.
No, wasn't me.
And of course, all the respect to the firemen out there. So
Absolutely. Shouts out. Absolutely. What does that does being the wife of a fire marshal make you like what is there a title for that? Like, you think about the wife of a pastor is the first lady of the church. Like who's the
Oh
wife of a
no,
fire marshal?
no, there's no title for that.
There's no title. Create
No,
one. You
and I'm
creative.
I'm glad I'm glad there. No, I don't want to create one. They listen. So I'm pretty sure the whole DFD knows me as Big Fool's wife. So that's
Big
good enough
fools.
for me. Yeah, Big
Okay.
Fool's wife. That's good enough for me. I'm appreciative. I love what he does. He loves what he does.
That's the
Um,
way to go.
and yeah, it is the way to go. Like I said, when you're doing something that you have a passion for, it's not work.
Yeah.
yep.
You enjoy it.
Absolutely.
So for me, while I may enjoy working with young people and being in like the makeup industry and things like that, for some reason my husband loves fire safety code and running into burning buildings and saving people.
Wow. I take my
That's
hat
it
off
for
if
him.
I had one. That's
Yeah,
wonderful.
that's it for him. But it's really a passion for him. So it's definitely not like he's gone to work. He's not even here now. So
Yeah.
he's at a conference. So
Got you. So
shout out to
so
that.
look, I'd say I agree with you and building ATJ
Hmm.
because it's been a passion, the podcasting, the career coaching. It's a passion so it doesn't feel like work. Where it begins to feel like work is when I have to deal with the guy over there. Then it starts to become
I don't know
work
what you're talking
because
about, LL.
he makes the grays in my hair. But no, Marsha, this has been hilariously fun, but also informative. I love the way that you really share how you're supporting the leaders of the future. These young people, no matter what challenges they may be going through today, the skills they're learning, plus the experience and the character from the challenges, will prepare them
Yeah.
to lead others and be able to sow into others. And that's something that I absolutely appreciate. The last thing that we try to ask in these conversations is on the whole spirit of appreciate. We want to give you an opportunity to hand out some flowers. And so if you have anyone in your journey that has been extremely impactful to the Marsha Lachey that we see today.
Oh, look at you using the first name. Oh, wait, I'm with it.
Hand out some flowers. Who would you share appreciation for, and who should receive your flower for today's episode?
So for today's episode, I know this is kind of cheesy, right? But I'm going to go with, and please don't tell her I said this because oh my goodness, I'll never hear the end of it. Like I just really won't. I'm gonna say my mother because I there's not many women in life that you see that can do it all, but this woman has literally done it all and taught me how to do a little bit. I'm not saying I could do it all yet because I don't want to have that title. But I've actually seen a beautiful, articulate Black woman doing it all, running a business, being vice president, running payroll, working for the state, being a mom. I mean, just a friend, bringing a daughter, being an aunt, like being everything. And that amazes me to no avail. It amazes me. And if I could be like a tenth of what Wanda is, don't tell her I called her by her first name because I was super in trouble. Then I'll be okay in life. I'm gonna be great. And since I kind of feel like, she was like my mentor, mentee, like she's my mom. So if I can be anything a little bit like her, I'm going to be fine. I'm going to be fine. The next 40, 50 years are going to fly by like nobody's business. So I definitely have to give some flowers to her.
That's beautiful. And you said, all the things that you listed off. You said being a mom, not just to the child that she birthed either, but that was, the neighborhood called her mom. And I was lucky enough, like others in the neighborhood, they got to call her mom, but she called me son. So I was luckier than them because I was actually reciprocal relationship. So I appreciate that you've given that, and I'll throw an extra long stem in there for all the experiences I had as a child with your mother, Mama Henry. I don't know why you called her by her first name, and I will send this to her. LL.
Oh, you're in trouble already?
Yeah, that's me. Come on.
That's really disrespectful.
As this has been awesome, and I can't appreciate you enough, Marsha, for spending some time with us as we're getting ready to close out. LL, I want to pass it to you. A couple things I want to hear from you. Any final thoughts around the conversation, around some of the amazing things that Marsha shared with us, and then let's call it back and make sure that the people understand how to plug in to what we have going on.
Yeah, this has been just such a great conversation, Marsha. So number one, thank you for joining us. Final thoughts, man. We're definitely developing a theme here with some of our guests. Really love, and I just want to reiterate what Marsha said about being able to just turn off the phone and striking up that home life balance, and not dealing with work issues when you're not on the clock. So something that really just kind of like stuck with me there. So thank you for that thought. And for anyone that's out there that's maybe looking for some help, if you're in Michigan and you're not currently employed, you need to develop some skills, hit up Marsha, of course. For anyone else that's out there, maybe you're struggling with interviews, looking for a next promotion, Joe and I would love to help. So we do have this other career coaching service. So you can reach out to us directly on our website, atjcareercoaching.com. And then, of course, on the podcast side, follow us on Instagram, LinkedIn, Facebook. Subscribe to us on YouTube and add us on Apple Podcasts. We are at ATJ, the podcast.
They're pretty good, you guys. So, like, yeah, I would totally do it. They're pretty good. I highly recommend them.
And we didn't even pay her yet to say that. So I definitely appreciate that. Marsha, I want to give you a opportunity. Any final thoughts as we're closing out for today? Whatever is on your heart, feel free to share.
Let me say that I definitely appreciate you guys for having me on, and I definitely enjoyed this opportunity. It was great. It was great. I like this as a pair. I really, really do. I think this is good. I've done a little research. I watched a couple of them, but I really like this, and I love what you guys are doing. So like, I'm going to extend the invitation if you guys can help us with some of the young people, because we do have different workshops, coaching workshops, interview workshops that we're going to need help with. Talent tours is something that I do during the summer with the young people. So we take them places to see different job opportunities. If we could all like maybe get together and do something like that, because, today's kids are different. They don't do the same things that we did. A lot of them want to be YouTubers and start their own podcast and different things like that. So I would love to collaborate and, see what we can do, because helping young people, that's my thing. And it makes my heart happy. And this is the perfect platform. And I wish you guys much success, much, much, much success. And I'm very proud of you guys.
Thank you so much.
I love it. Thank you. And of course, let's do it for the kids, Joe.
Absolutely. Yeah. Joe Drew and Uncle LL, we love the kids. So we will absolutely we can put it here on wax. We will show up and support because it makes our heart happy as well. And having you here and just the feelings and the emotions that come with that voice and seeing this face, it makes my heart happy. And I appreciate you. I look forward to my next opportunity to embrace your neck and just tell you face to face how much I appreciate the time and all the history that we share. So with that being said, before I drop a tear here right on the camera, I want to say thank you all for joining us here on another episode of Appreciate the Journey. We look forward to the next opportunity to share some knowledge and the next person that we can bring on to be able to talk us through their journey. So on behalf of my main man, LL, I'm Joe Drew. This is Appreciate the Journey, where the destination is the journey. We'll see you soon.